Okay, here is the first video for 12 Angry Men by Reginald Rose. You're only dealing here with pages 5 to 22 of Act 1, so you're not dealing with a whole lot of reading. If you have yet to read the play, or sorry, those pages, what you need to do is press pause and actually go and read it, because this video is not really going to make a whole lot of sense to you, and there's no real sense of just watching this and doing nothing with it. There's better use of your time that way. It's not a daunting read. It's very quick, as you can see how thin it is, right? So just please pause if you have yet to read it. You'll notice that the play, again, like as it's being it's very fast. It's really, there's only two settings, either in the courtroom at the very beginning, and just hinted at the end of the play, and then you have primarily in the jury room. So it's very character driven, very dialogue driven, as you would see in a play. So let's get started here. Okay, so from Act 1, from pages 5 to 22, the first thing I would like you to look at is some figurative language. So primarily Rose's use of the pathetic fallacy. And what I mean by that is the pathetic fallacy is when human emotion or behavior are attributed to nature. Okay, so when nature reflects the mood of characters. So this is more specifically, it's when weather reflects the mood of characters or the play as a whole. We see this starting very see this happening right away, I would say, in the play, and especially in 5 to 22 with the repeated references to heat. So what I would like you to do is to take some time now, you can press pause on the video and think about these references to heat and evaluate the overall importance of these repeated references. Why is this significant to characterization, mood or atmosphere, or even starting to think about theme or key subjects? Find some direct examples to support your claim by using word-for-word references. All right, of these repeated references to heat, and just try to connect them to either character, mood, atmosphere, or theme. Okay, that's your first task dealing with the pathetic fallacy. The second thing I would like you to do after that, and that'll take a little bit of time for you to work through, is to start looking at characterization. Now, we're just at the start of Act 1, but I really want you to look at this idea of the protagonist and the antagonist. And as a reminder here, the protagonist is the chief character in a narrative, also known as the hero. Okay, so they're the one that the whole story centers on. Okay, and the antagonist doesn't always have to be a character, but in this case it is. Okay, is the one who opposes or is pitted against the protagonist. It's the person that's working against that that hero. Okay, those are two terms that you should know by now. And if you don't, they're your quick definitions of the protagonist and of the antagonist as well. So again, looking at two quick questions, not a lot of work here for this part of Act 1, is who is the protagonist in this play? How do you know this? Go back and find examples, word-for-word examples of certain characteristics, certain traits, certain ideas that you think a particular juror, either jurors number 1 to 12, obviously, exhibit. Okay, in terms of being a protagonist, find direct examples. The same thing with the antagonist. How do you know that they are the antagonist? Find some word-for-word examples of them being in direct opposition of the protagonist, exhibiting certain characteristics or traits as well, and that will help you better understand characterization early on in this play. All right. Again, not a whole lot of work that I'm wanting you to do for this part of Act 1, but it's one that is. Let me just switch back here. It's one that is very important in terms of your overall understanding of exactly what's happening in the play.